Radio.
Hey, I'm Pat B.
And I'm Adam Willis.
Just Johnny.
And Rick Olive.
And this is the Geek Down here on WEMF Radio. We leap forward bionically. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Geek Down. Hold on, stop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another motherfucker. Stop it. Pause and better. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Geek Down here on WEMF Radio. I am Pat B. In the house, I look to my left, rocking those shades and looking mighty snazzy, brother. Black Adam Willis.
I'm feeling really good, brother, and it's, is that alright?
Yeah, that was good. And over here on the right side, he looks ready. Rick Olive.
Yeah. Savage.
Yeah, and over there on the far end of the corner, brother, Cream and Crack.
Let me tell you something, brother. Where's Elizabeth? Elizabeth, where are you? You got those lion eyes,
Elizabeth's
man.
in the corner. She
You got those lion eyes.
That's the daggone shame. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Geek Down. If you're watching this on twitch.tv/the Geek Down, you can see these cats. And I doled out Christmas presents this year. Yo, hold up. Rick, you wanna let them know what I got y'all for Christmas?
This is a Christmas present that comes at the end of January.
Pat B,
But I'm
man,
never
nice
gonna
enough.
call you up because this is the greatest gift ever. And we got these shades, these beautiful shades, and there's like the Randy Macho Man Savage shades
Once
too.
these shades
And
go
so-
on, I'm savage.
You would literally become somebody else. That's all I want to talk. That's the only way I want to talk.
I love it. Also, every time I got these cats Macho Man shades, and because we're just a flaming tire fire of organization, that's gonna be our catchphrase for the show now.
Flaming
Caused some controversy. But I got these cats Macho Man shades for Christmas, and we weren't able to get together until late January now, almost February. So Merry Christmas, fellas. Happy holidays.
It's kind of like my family.
Happy
Actually.
Hanukkah.
I haven't seen you in 3 months. Here's the gift I got you.
Yeah, I love every time you look at me too. That just the shine off the shade. Ridiculous. Talking about visual stuff on the radio.
It makes you think more's going on up there than actually is.
It's like it hides those thoughts. Don't worry about what's going on.
But it
Just
does make me
smile.
want to belt out my favorite Savage lines.
Go
too.
for it. Yeah.
I just did the one. It's like, you got those lion eyes, man. You know what I mean? When he was calling out Hogan for trying to take Elizabeth.
Oh.
There's that whole storyline, you know what I mean? Which was
there's a
happening.
soundboard somewhere
lot of good-
online I remember from like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little more. But someone cut together the whole Macho Man like repertoire was beautiful. It's like yeah, all different things he'd say, snap into it. But there was like a whole column of just different ways he'd say Hulk Hogan, and it's the most homoerotic thing you've ever heard.
I remember that.
Yeah, for some reason it was like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, what kind of thing?
I remember
what kind of
him-
relationship y'all have going on behind the scenes?
I remember him on the Arsenio Hall show, too.
Wait, how was he on Arsenio Hall?
He was.
No,
He did-
I'm not.
I don't
believe
remember.
you.
I don't remember what year it was, but he did a whole interview like in character. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the best," and he was doing the whole thing.
Yo, Arsenio
And it's
always had the
so
dopest
great.
cats on there.
Yeah, it was like he promoted early hip hop and wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And he had Van Damme on there. You know what I mean? Like Arsenio.
Doing
Bring
the
back
splits. Please
Arsenio.
tell me you're doing the splits.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, they
Gotta
had
do the
that.
splits.
They also had that big beef between Sam Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay too.
On Arsenio?
And on Arsenio. Yeah.
News to me. Where was I?
Arsenio was pretty epic. Like, I remember that one episode where Mike Tyson and Ali was on there, and then like he basically admitted that Ali was the best.
Right.
That was like my
Mike
favorite
Tyson?
episode.
Because I've heard Ali say, I'd hate to go up against like Lennox Lewis. Oh, excuse me, Ali. Yeah,
I shouldn't have fought
hate
Spinks.
to go
Yeah,
up
all that
against
stuff.
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, Arsenio's the best, man.
Arsenio was dope. My
bring back
favorite
Arsenio.
clip is he's trying to bring out Ultimate Warrior to have he's trying to bring out Ultimate Warrior to have like a proper interview. I'm gonna find out what this man's all about.
Man, what a
get
weird
the
dude,
backstory.
too.
And you've never seen a more coked out
my
interview
God.
in your life. Like Warrior comes out and he runs across the stage into the crowd, and he's just
so-
full on
yeah.
shaking.
He actually changed his name to Warrior.
He did, but
Dude,
that's
right?
what became a crazy politician, though. That
Right.
was just a daggone shame. Yeah. All right, rest in peace, you right-wing motherfucker. Hey, welcome to the Geek Down. We have an awesome show lined up for you. We have reviews out the waz, and my man here has the lowdown on WWE Royal Rumble.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's not for nothing. We actually got wrestling to cover.
Indeed, dude. Okay, you want to give us a quick preview? Was it dope?
Yeah, it was all right. It was good. It was historical. I'll put it like that.
I'm gonna call BS.
There's a lot of historical stuff.
Anytime you have to say it was good, but you got that crack in your voice.
Well,
history can sometimes suck too.
You know, I'm used to
Right?
more epic.
I guess so. Yeah.
Epic, you know, this PG era wrestling I'm not too happy about.
Right.
But simultaneously, there was a lot of new historically, just ground shaking stuff that happened. Like it was worth watching.
Was there a new female that came out?
There was.
I heard about that.
There wasn't. There was, but you know, we'll save that.
We'll get into that.
Okay, all right, we're gonna get deep into that one. I got
Definitely worth a watch though.
Man, I want to hear some things. All right, but we have reviews for you. We got to check out that new Godzilla, man. I got Scooby-Doo. I know y'all excited for this Scooby-Doo and Batman.
The thing is, I can't see out of my right eye with these glasses. So it's like turn it over to look at you and you're blocked out, and I just see.
There's nothing going on over here, man. I promise you, we're goofy looking. All right, of course, I want to thank DJ Herbie Herb for making it sound amazing every week.
Mm-hmm.
This man, you can't see him, but you can hear his influence. And
Breathing in the back.
How profound, Slim Jim, Herb. Oh, okay. It's about to get creepy. Yo, let me jump right into it because I got to check out Scooby. Yo, he cracking up. I got to check out Scooby-Doo and Batman: Brave and the Bold. Am I alone in this? Because I'm jazzed about this. There's two of my childhood institutions coming together.
Scooby-Doo.
I
was down with Scooby-Doo.
I was all about Scooby-Doo growing up.
Scooby fan.
You know, I'm kidding. I hated Scooby-Doo growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
You hated the mystery?
Man, you got these bunch of weird-ass kids going across country in this van getting high and...
Well, you know, when you're poor as hell in the projects and you just got, like, network television, whatever came out.
They've gone on record, both Daphne and Shaggy, rich, like, you know, ultra right-wing WASP families. Mm-hmm. Man, we're talking like Summers in Portland. Yeah, Kennedy compound. Norville Rogers was savvy.
Nobody poor has been to
How many
Portland.
poor folks you don't name Norville Rogers? Norville, the Rogers compound.
Norville.
Yeah. Yeah, over there, just Daphne over there mocking Velma.
So even as a young kid, you can get down with
her her bargain basement stockings on every show. You know, her Goodwill sweater. That was
she was playing the part for sure.
Yeah. Glasses she couldn't afford to get fixed, always losing them every episode. And Freddie with his ascot. How many people you know, middle class and lower class, got ascots?
Yeah, I know. That pissed me off a little bit.
For real, this jive sucker. Wasn't even popular in the 60s. Yeah. You know who wore ascots?
Who?
Okay, 70s porn starlets and ultra right wing, highfalutin dude that wore shoes, moccasins with no socks in the 80s. All right, and we're always being chased on Miami Vice. That coke deal's going on. That's Freddie.
I do apologize for offending you that much. I'm sorry, it hit that nerve. I don't know what to do.
I'm just saying. You asked the question. You're talking about Mystery Machine. There's no mystery there. All right, it's elitism. Yeah. All right. Well, what we're talking about right now is Scooby-Doo.
I think you're lying a little bit.
Man, hey, you gonna tell me a show that started in 1960 whatever and is still going to this day? We're talking about a new movie now in 2018. Okay, I don't care how young they were when they started out.
Casey Kasem was the voice of Shaggy, correct?
Yes, he was. Casey Kasem started as the original Shaggy.
Remember they lost Casey Kasem's body?
They stole Casey Kasem's body.
Wasn't that a story for a while?
That dude's life was a Scooby-Doo mystery. Okay, that's what's going on there.
That was a story. We even covered it, I think, on this show like years ago. Like they kept missing Casey Kasem's body. I'm not getting the details correct.
Stole his body as it was being moved like cross country to be buried because they wanted because someone else wanted a traditional ceremony and they were like, no, his wishes would have been. Well, I don't care what his wish would have been. The religion says blank, and the whole thing. They unmasked it. It turned out to be Mr. Carruthers.
Right, who owned the haunted amusement park up the street. Correct.
I got away with it too, you dark snow.
It was never daytime. They talking about it's high noon, sky is pitch black. All right, pulling up the old mansion stuff. Right. That's the other thing. They were freeloading squatters.
But you still get around to watching this new thing, even though you got the beef of the old show.
Way to keep it back on track, Adam. Yes, yeah. I got to check out Scooby-Doo and Batman: The Brave and the Bold. Now I'll tell you why I was excited for this though, because unlike this man here, who you admitted something that hurt me before the show.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Batman: Brave and the Bold.
This dude's not a fan of Batman: Brave and the Bold. I love Batman: Brave and the Bold.
It's too hokey.
No way. It's not just Batman. It's like a return to that classic 1960s Batman cracking jokes. Yeah, all right, Batman. He's got like funky soundtracks, and Batman's got like a cordial relationship with his villains. Yeah. You know, it's like punch Joker in the face. I'll see you next week. You know, it's like that kind of setup. Batman Brave and Bold brought it back to that wholesome goodness. And I know I say that original wholesome goodness. Batman actually started out shooting people in There you go. So, Studebaker, excuse me. But no, this was like the Batman Brave and the Bold brought it back to a processable, amusing. Batman has a sense of humor realm,
right?
You know that I dug. And
instead
Batman
of like the ultra dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Batman's on some.
Yeah.
Batman's on some other stuff these days.
Yeah. It wasn't so much
DC's on some other stuff.
It wasn't so much of Batman that was cracking the jokes. It was oddly enough Aquaman.
Yeah,
he was hilarious.
Yeah, I love Aquaman in this. That new Aquaman they've presented, he's different from the Aquaman in the comics. Aquaman in the comics now is like, they've made him serious warrior. You know, for too long, Aquaman's been a joke, and I let them crack it. I have better things to do than defend myself. I have crimes to stop and world to save. And they're laughing at you, Aquaman. I don't give a F. You ain't crying behind some sand dune. I meant like coral reef.
Yeah. Right.
But no, in this series, Batman the Brave and the Bold, Aquaman is a very pompous, kingly type. He talks like this and this over-inflection. Adam, my friend, ha-ha!
Ain't no King Ralph.
King Ralph, that's a go to. No, he's good. He's good for comic relief, too. And I really like this because they had Plastic Man in this story. Okay, first of all, to break it down.
Plastic Man.
I know, right?
All right, explain it soon.
Yeah, the Scooby Gang is just off on another mystery, which, you know, they always are. This is their thing. And they unmask the villain, and it turns out to be, it's that guy, but no, he's got a sidekick. It's this guy as well, and they pull off masks. And the whole thing is, as you would expect, a corny end to a Scooby-Doo episode.
So I guess I never really asked this. Do they go looking for mysteries, or do they just find themselves in them?
Well, that's the thing. Like, they changed that over the years. It started off as, they were just random kids traveling, crossing the country in a van for no reason.
Smoking doobies in the van.
Right. It's just one endless
It's implied, for sure.
No, they're on a cross-country orgy with the dog watching.
For sure.
At least I hope he's just watching. But no, it's like, and they would just stumble upon. It's like, hey, there goes a spooky mansion. Let's squat in someone's property, and then there would have to be a mystery they'd solve. You know?
Yeah.
Let's raid this person's greenhouse.
Yes.
Okay, they were up to some serious.
That looks weird. Let's go in that room. Yeah. Okay.
For real, right? It's like, here's an unlocked door. Let me just step right onto someone's
breaking every horror trope ever. Like, don't go in the room. They just enter. Yeah. But they actually came out on top of it.
The amount of times Freddy got naked and took a shower, man, I can't even count. But what it came down to is they're solving a mystery. They've solved the mystery, and now once they unmask the villain, holy crap, it's Martian Manhunter. What the hell's going on here? Well, it seems this was an initiation because of all their exploits in solving mysteries. Now, as Mysteries Inc., Batman has become aware of their exploits, and this was their initiation into the Gotham. I believe I have this right. The Gotham. The mystery. Mystery, damn it! They've got like a crime-solving association.
Right.
It's not just
they're incorporated now.
Yeah. They've got an organization with like membership cards and everything.
Wow.
The different members of the
Justice League. You're almost Justice League, but you're not.
Well,
they definitely sold out.
Kinda, yeah. That's the way. No, they didn't sell out. It was still like this was like the Justice League C team. Of like y'all solve mysteries,
more like
that's cute. We gonna fight Darkseid over here. Y'all go over here and find this purse snatcher. That type of thing.
There's actually like petty crimes going on we don't have time to get to.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, that's one thing that bugs the hell out of me with Justice League and Justice League comics and stuff. Because yes, there is like purse snatches and stuff still happening. Yes. You know, I'd like to wear a chain and not get it snatched.
It's like, what about the misdemeanors? Are still crimes. We don't just have to get the felonies.
For real.
Yeah.
Man, jaywalkers are a problem every day.
Every day.
Who is fighting for the little guy? But that's what these cats do. You've got it's the Phantom Stranger. It's not Phantom Stranger. It's the Question. It's Plastic Man. Martian Manhunter.
Black Canary.
Black Canary. Yes, thank you. And Batman. I'm actually impressed with the lineup they had here because these are like the Justice League members that are always overshadowed by Wonder Woman and.
You forgot Aquaman. I don't blame you.
Aquaman's like the original 5. So
he was one of those, and Aquaman is in this as partially as comic relief, and he's like the interloper. He's not an official member of the group, but these are Justice League cats that have invited the Scooby Gang to join.
Just so weird.
It was interesting, man. I like the way this played out, and I do have to say that's a hokey reason to have like an interaction between these cats. It's kind of like those. I wrote this when I was 12. Hey, someone offered me the chance to write a script for Netflix. Well.
They really pair Batman up with a bunch of weird people. Like they did the Ninja Turtles crossover too.
Yeah,
they did the Shadow, which is recently going on. It's like Batman and the Shadow. I'm not hating on them either. Yeah,
good fit though.
It does, and that's happening right now.
Did
right?
you read that? Did you like that?
Yeah, I got the first couple. I've read it. I dig
like it
for sure. I dug the Ninja Turtles one too. It just seems like they're just like, who can we pair Batman up with now?
Well, you
just
know what?
throwing out these random stuff, and it works actually, but it's just so.
Well, those are goofy as hell. I do like when like Batman meets Doc Savage because it's like old school man of mystery. But the Scooby Gang and Batman go way back. They would pair Scooby and Batman in the old '70s show. Like I think they had like 5 or 6 different times they met.
Really?
They were on a first name basis.
Really?
You know, Batman's dapping up Scooby and shit when he opens the van. Hey, what's happening, man? Let's go get some Scooby snacks. And she would be some bat snacks. You know, Robin just
get Alfred to make us up something. Yeah,
Robin going joyriding with Velma.
I didn't know this, by the way.
Alfred rolling the personal doobie. Alfred,
I got my man to handle that.
You're sticky icky, sir. I'm getting a little off the point of this. What I'm getting at is these cats. The Scooby Gang joins the Gotham Mystery Association. We'll call them for now. And a bigger mystery pops up where it's like, okay, you guys are new. You know, show us what's going on with like new mysteries for us to solve. And then a bigger mystery evolves from that. And that I thought was a clever bit of writing because you get very accustomed to the Scooby Gang. It's for kids, and they're not going to solve any serious, life-threatening issues and stuff. And it actually turns into a bigger mystery than they were prepared for. Now we're not talking. This isn't the Archie Gang versus the Predator,
right?
You know, which was
which is a thing
shit.
too.
Yeah, but this is very much Archie comic style comedy, an Archie comic style play out of the story, in which if there's a corny line, they're going to say it.
Right. You got to hit every cornball setup. Right.
Yeah.
Very, very kid-friendly stuff. And with the plot, like, you're not going to get anything that's, like, overly complex. It's easy to follow along.
Yes, it was.
And they foreshadow a lot of the elements, early on, so that when you see it later on, when it finally gets to, like, the climax, you're like, oh, I can connect the dots.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy like that. It's meant for kids.
It is. And that's one thing I noticed, too. I'm glad you brought that up because it's a well-written mystery, and not just like it's Scooby Gang, and we're off, and we're in a haunted greenhouse for no reason, and there's a World War II ghost about to dive bomb this house in the middle of Kentucky for no reason at all, and then we end and find out how did they make things fly, and how were they firing real bullets and stuff. Well, they coated this eggplant with phosphorus. I'm like, what the fuck? No, there was none of that. This was like actual it was like a Chekhov's gun situation. There's random lines that seem like throwaways at the beginning that mean nothing that you find out were legit clues, and I was able to follow along. And they threw you curves, things that I thought weren't clues. I'm like, you know what? Normally, if this was a good mystery, this would be a clue, but I'm gonna ignore that because it's Scooby-Doo and I know what they're doing. No,
so it's playing on your expectations a little bit of like downplaying it, and then it's like actually rising to the occasion.
I didn't expect that at all. And that actually that threw me for a loop because I was like, Scooby-Doo, who's up? It's a cash grab for 10-year-olds. We got real mysteries to something. It's Netflix. Let's get the more Stranger Things. And they gave me a legit mystery,
right?
Which they solved in a feasible manner, and feasible within the DC universe. There was still Martians phasing through walls and stuff.
And they did it being part of a team that has superpowers or super money powers, and they don't have any powers other than like super hunger and I guess maybe super luck or something like that, because they did get lucky on some situations.
Well, they're always going to get lucky. It's the Scooby Gang.
It's part of the mystery machine and how they solve things. They kind of fumble their way through things, and then Velma will. Daphne will figure
that's the thing. This is I think the very first iteration that made Daphne a viable crime fighter. Daphne was picking up on clues. Daphne with the purple.
That's Velma.
No, the purple.
Velma's
the one. Velma kind of thick. She got the things going
on.
Oh,
okay. All right. All right. Daphne.
Yeah. Velma's been rocking the bob since 1962. Yeah,
she looks like the girl from Saturday Night Fever.
She does look like the one that's always implied to sleeping with you.
Daphne. Okay, yeah.
I bet you asked her to lay down. No, you would not do.
Yeah, they gave, as you said, they gave Daphne more character than
ever.
Well, she needed it.
Just proper.
She's never been.
Proper
respect that she did never get.
Right? Yeah. Taking a back seat to usually it's Fred and Scooby and Shaggy.
It's a man's world, baby.
It's usually Velma. It's like they goof around for the rest of the episode. Shaggy and Scooby eat some snacks, and Velma solves the mystery.
Yeah.
And in this one, Daphne actually was picking up on clues. She's like, "Oh, this is an anagram for blank," and Velma's like, "Yeah, that's how uncharacteristically intelligent of you, Daphne." You know, I'm there at home watching like, that was
that Bruce Wayne rubbing off on her.
Yeah,
just trying to think how bad those movies were.
Yeah. Man, okay, well,
like
we're running a little long on this,
God,
and we've pretty much said nothing but good things. I actually didn't have a problem with this, man. The only thing that got me was the corny dialogue, which I realized because I'm not the target audience. I'm someone who's known both of these shows for years.
Which is important for you to recognize, too, because I think people forget that often when they're reviewing things. Be like, I am not the actual target of what this is going for. But you can still enjoy it because it threw you a few surprises.
Yeah, right? It's one of those situations where it's like I have to take a step back and realize this is, first of all, I thought this was good. Definitely thumbs up for me.
Yep, thumbs up for me as well.
Thumbs up from you? All right, D?
I didn't see too much of it.
The whole 4 minutes you watched of it?
No, I saw a good solid 30 minutes of it, and then I was just like, okay, yeah. I'm just not a huge fan of Batman Brave and the Bold. To me, Batman needs to be breaking bones and like really talking.
You know what?
You got one thumb, man. Where's it pointing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down on that.
What? Seriously?
Well, I'm just not a fan of the Bold, man.
It's okay. Here's what I was gonna say, because you might be the most poignant voice in this review, because I know why I like it. I know why you like. Well, you know why you like it.
Yeah, it's comical. It's I watched a lot of the Scooby-Doo cartoons back then, and it follows through. It's sort of like a nice merging, as you said, a merging of Batman for half the movie and Scooby-Doo for the other half.
Yeah, totally.
And it's for kids.
Definitely, and that's the thing. But you have an age-appropriate son.
Yeah.
That may or may not dig this, and he would be the more likely audience.
No, he saw, like, I'm gonna let him watch it. I'm pretty sure he won't like it because he's not a fan of Batman the Bold either.
Okay, so
it's not that. No, I did not indoctrinate the child. I didn't sit him in his room.
I guess you can watch it if you want to.
This prejudice.
I'm gonna watch something better over here.
I think the good quality of it is, like, you know what, they expose Batman in a more comically light, which, like you said, like, which is great, and then possibly cause some research into, like, probably the Adam West era of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Batman wasn't always savage and dark, which I prefer him that way. But that's just what it is. I'm just not a huge fan of that.
All right,
and mind you, I tried watching Brave and the Bold. I gave it like a solid month.
Okay. No, stick to your review, man. You earned it.
And I just couldn't get past it.
No, it's okay. Get your hate on. It's all good. All right, he's gonna be like,
you gotta love this
guy. Son, you grounded. What? I can't play video games? No, I'm gonna make you watch this movie.
Just sit there and watch this bold crap. Man.
All right, well, Scooby-Doo and Batman, Brave and the Bold. I recommend it. I say check it out. I got a thumbs up. D?
Yeah, down on that.
So it's conflicting opinions. So check it out at your leisure. But, dude, Scooby-Doo, Batman, Brave and the Bold, it's out now on Netflix. Good thing. All right, so now, fellas.
Yep.
Let's talk about Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla Monster Planet. Yeah, that.
I don't know what that was.
That was Johnny having some kind of aneurysm over there.
I think
that's the type of sound when you hear when you're walking home.
And on to the next review.
Randy Savage messed up my vocals.
I think that said it all. No, we're talking about Netflix's Godzilla Monster Planet. And not just Monster Planet Part 1, meaning there is going to be more. So if this was garbage, get ready for more garbage.
Get ready for more garbage.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on record right now and say it was not. I got to check this out.
I did too.
Yep. And it was good. Johnny over there?
Yeah, I watched it.
All right, my man. Now, Godzilla Monster Planet is a story of Earthlings have fled the planet because Godzilla and a few other threats, but primarily Godzilla. Monsters are running rampant. Godzilla, the king of the monsters, is being his kingly monster self. And he's trampled everything, including primarily civilizations. Where other monsters attack a city here or a city there.
Including people that let him out,
Yeah, Godzilla's the main force that's effed it up for everybody. And just, like, gone through, man. He's, like, breaking down buildings.
Including Puff Daddy when he made that song.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing more now. He's going on a genocide, right?
Yeah,
the humans are, like,
slapping
they
down.
are evacuating. They're leaving the planet, and Godzilla's like, nope.
Yeah, he's smacking, like, the escape pods out of the sky and stuff, man. He's sending I-beams and things, like, picking them off. He's giving Indian burns. He's doing all types of mean stuff. Godzilla's no joke. And mankind has fled. Now, I think it was 10 years, after 10 years, approximately 10 years, 10, 15 years
10 to 15 years.
of living in hyperspace. Because it wasn't just in space. We got to get the hell out of the solar system. And
Godzilla basically forced Robotech on the world. which is awesome.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which was totally awesome. I was like, okay, that's awesome. That's a good way to tell Godzilla's
Yeah,
story.
so humankind now lives on ships, and they've had to just exist in space because they know they can never return.
Because they can never return because they're gonna get chewed up.
Yep. So all this time has been spent in hyperspace trying to find a new home,
A new habitable planet.
a new Class M planet, as they would say in the Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
Or an alien when they're like, yeah, let's just go inhabit something.
Yeah, to exist, and they've been unable to so far. After 15 years of living on this ship, dealing with synthetic food, recycled water, recycled air. We all know where those reconstituted snacks are coming from, so we won't bring that up. But people are sick of it, and this is the way they have to live. So what it's come down to is the on-ship government has decided that from now on, the ships that we send, since no planet, it's not that they haven't found planets, but no excursion has been successful. Every excursion that's gone to find a M-class planet, a livable planet, a habitable planet, has died. So
has some form of Godzilla hanging out on it?
No. It's just conditions.
Or just not, I mean, just something they're waiting to kill them, basically.
Unsuccessful. Nothing hospitable.
Yeah. So, Johnny, do you remember why, what they decided afterwards?
They decided to take all the old people, because they're running low on resources, and shoot them out the waste the waste disposal.
Well, no, not the waste disposal per se. It was they're throwing all the old people to the wolves, essentially, because from now on, every excursion to find the new planets, they only really did one in the course of this movie.
Yeah, at the very end.
Is going to be all old people, because if they die, well, they had a good run. They were old anyways.
Yep.
So the rest of us are young.
You're pushing 50. It's cool.
So
it's space Medicaid.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Well, damn.
Trump care. Trump care 2030.
Oh, so that, jeez, it's too true. That's the problem. Be a tear to my eye here. Okay, so that drastic measure really inspires the people to pull some drastic measures of their own. And they're like, you know what? Nah, screw this. Okay, we spent all this time looking for nothing. It's a short 10-year trip back home. We need to go back and take our planet back. Now, here's what's going on. The government has tried unsuccessfully to gather as much data as they can about Godzilla. Yep. But that's because the real juicy stuff was all kept top secret. So once there's a leak and some new information is released, people start formulating plans as to how, if we go back, we strike here and here and here, we can take this motherfucker down.
It's one monster, right?
Yeah.
Through a little bit of political sort of manipulation that they insert in there. You can't have a Godzilla flick without any kind of political coercion.
Well, here's what's surprising. I thought Godzilla anime, shoot, man, it's going to be one ill-ass fight. Let's do this. Yeah. And it actually turned out to be more political than I expected. A good, 45 minutes of this movie, maybe an hour even.
This ran about
an hour 30?
Yeah,
1 hour and a half. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a good half of it is political drama. It's like, okay, are they gonna lock up some revolutionaries? Are they gonna actually get the government on their side? Oh my God, is there dissension in the ranks? So is there gonna be a coup? And it's like a lot of meetings in boardrooms and and private visitations. I'm like, okay,
there was a lot of screaming
and a lot
of emotional screaming.
It's an anime. You gotta expect that.
That's called good voice acting.
A lot of screaming for me.
Just called acting.
It was good.
A lot of emo.
It wasn't bad, but I'll attest that to the writing.
Could have been better.
The main character, good voice acting.
Yeah,
he was decent.
All right, okay.
He was passionate about his resolve.
The others, I'm not gung ho.
I'm gonna say though, I didn't buy this dude when he sees his grandpa blown up. Spoiler, not really a spoiler. It's it happens in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
but he sees his grandpa die, and his reaction is kind of. Ever seen Troll 2?
No. Yes.
Oh my God!
Yeah, his reaction was kind of like, "Oh no, Grandpa." I'm like, are you serious? That almost put me off it. It did not, though. And I will tell you why. Because after we get over the political drama, which it makes the time pass by quickly, which is surprising. Because I watched this and I'm just like, okay, look, it's been 10 minutes. Can we get past this whole? And I check the clock. 45 minutes. Good Lord. Because it didn't seem to drag on as I would expect it to. And I'm like, I'm kind of tired of this political rhetoric. Are we done yet? And I find out this movie's half over. That flew by. So it gets to the point, kind of. And then you finally get to see the face-off with Godzilla, which is all we really want. And what it comes down to is, was the acting good? and was the fighting good? Because it's Godzilla. We don't expect much story.
Right.
And the story kind of stopped right then and there. For the rest of the picture, it's all a military tactic, a battle, and then Godzilla retaliation.
So does it make the first part of the movie pointless?
No,
With all the
it doesn't,
political
because it puts
It's a toe.
humanity, sort of the decisions that they're trying to make. It's all based on like what's in our best interest to
right.
survive, to
Mhm.
continue living,
Right.
and things go wrong when they sort of get back to Earth and
But
try
it's
to.
still-
It's not the Earth they expected.
It's
Yeah.
still the best decision they can
They
make.
figured I'm gonna hold up. They figured it's like 10, maybe 20 years later if our calculations are a little off. So we'll find some city ruins, we'll find the Godzilla we knew, and we'll kick his ass,
Like
right?
Waterworld.
These cats come back, and as they come
Kevin
out of
Costner
hyperspace,
comes out the water.
yeah, someone forgot to set their clock back for daylight savings or something. Because exiting hyperspace, they thought it was 10, 15 years. It's been 20,000 years later.
A little bit of interstellar physics, time travel stuff was going on there.
Godzilla's still alive too.
Well, that's the thing. They come across a Godzilla. It's not exactly the Godzilla they expected.
Yeah, he died 15,000 years ago.
Oh, baby, man. Either way, he been
See, but
spawning because there's something.
They essentially do, but what aggravated me about it, it was good.
Tell them why you mad. Tell them why you
What
mad, G.
aggravated me about it was like, dude, you're gonna fight him with the same solution that they always fight Godzilla with. Let's just blow the crap out of Godzilla.
Right.
By the way, we'll damage
Wait.
like half of the planet on the process.
Make it
Well, the way they
unhabitable.
the way they tried to fight Godzilla in the first place, and this is the thing for the movie, 150 nuclear warheads all at once.
Yeah, like
How is there still an Earth? Period.
Right, you break
It
through it.
was
at
in
that
one
point.
spot.
Once. Oh well,
One spot.
of course that's
one
okay, how
focused
is-
spot. That should have poured a hole
You know what you
straight
get?
to the core.
You get a donut
One
and
focus
debris.
spot. There was a lot of like the craters all around that.
Yeah. You know what happened? They hit him with that. Godzilla was like, doing the
Dirt off his shoulder
Shaking it
like
up.
he always does.
All right,
Scooby
all right.
snacks, thank you.
All right. So do you want to, Rick? You want to tell me your impressions about the movie from that point on when they reached Earth? Because you've been awfully quiet over there, my man.
No, when they reached Earth, it was what I expected. I just expected them to go all out war on Godzilla. Some of the revelations, I'm not trying to spoil anything, some of the revelations that you find out were pretty cool and twist turning, and I really enjoyed it, and it made me want to watch part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give it that. But it's always the same solution with Godzilla. Like I never see them try a different alternative. It's just give her everything you got. Let's hope he dies.
Well, to
And
be
then, you know,
fair,
they
how
unload
else are they
on
going to
this
fight
guy.
this giant monster?
Oh,
this
and by the way,
rampage? It's like, let's damage his credit.
When did the force field come into play? Like I'm real curious.
Well,
That's
so
new. Okay,
this-
that's the thing. They introduced new powers for Godzilla, and it's not just like, oh, we'll adapt his previous one. Now he shoots a different eye beam. It's red this time from his eyes. No, they gave him a couple of different abilities, which pose new obstacles for the humans to fight, and that's one thing that we've gotten back to. It's no longer Godzilla is the protagonist of the story, which the last few Godzillas have been. We've kind of gone back to the humans being the main characters.
Yeah. So this Godzilla, it seems like it takes place after the older, up until somewhere in the 90s Godzillas.
Mhm.
There's a cutoff point, and then
You have like weird ass monsters.
you have these other Godzillas that
reason.
come out, the more recent ones. This isn't a continuation of story of those. It's a continuation of the 90s one. So the things that happen in those, like the aliens that arrive, they're actually integral into the story here, but they're already integrated and they're already part of sort of the society.
Okay.
So if you have pre-existing knowledge of prior the older Godzilla movies, you're definitely going to understand like who these aliens are. 3 different species.
If you do, yeah,
3
but
different
if you don't, okay.
And they
like,
even had a reference to Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, you did reference it. I remember.
They did, but also I like that they've said it so far in the future because that puts that knowledge. It makes it like necessary for like background information. We talking about like you watched Walking Dead season 1, and now you're jumping into like Walking Dead season 10. Okay, you know, so your information, you've got the general idea, but you're a little out of date.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that really moved me, and I really like this. This is Netflix's Godzilla anime. And I liked that. I also liked being anime, not live action. It gave them a lot more to play with in terms of technology, in terms of the actual interaction and battles. Because when you're relying on practical effects, you can't do things like have a bunch of like warships coming at them and like aerial battles
Without a huge budget. So
Yeah, that too.
They were able to pull off fantastic action without, with minimal, in comparison, budget-wise. wise.
Yeah, space travel. They had different races of people, alien races of people, which was surprising. I thought
Religious races of people.
yeah, that too, inventing a new religion.
I just like when a problem arises, they just decide to live in space.
Well, that's the thing. They've at some point interacted with other folks. I'm hoping like part 2 isn't like a prequel.
Right.
You know what they've been doing, because there was like, did you notice like everyone on that ship was Asian? There's everyone on there. I mean, I understand it's an anime, but the thing is when they're trying to have like different races, but they're all like a variation of Asian.
Yeah.
You know, there's alien race in this planet where everyone has like white hair, but they're like also Asian. And then there's like the race of like space black people that they found, but they're also Asian somehow.
They're called Klingons.
Like, all right, look, it's Godzilla Monster Planet. This was just part 1. It's available now on Netflix. I give it a thumbs up.
All right, I give it a thumbs up as well.
All right,
Thumbs up here too.
okay, cool. Highly recommend you check it out when you get a chance. It's on
Yeah,
Netflix
sure.
right now. Do the thing. Okay, I'm gonna kick it over to my man, just Johnny,
Yo.
because you got to play a new game on Steam.
On Steam, on PS4,
Oh man,
on
Crosses?
PlayStation Vita,
Oh, not the
and
Vita.
on the Switch.
Oh, better be on the Switch. You said
Still getting
Vita,
supported
though.
out here.
It's on the Switch.
Damn,
Hanging
hanging by a thread.
It's called SteamWorld Dig 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
A sequel
I'll stop
to
making
a
the joke. It's
game that I've
2018. I'll
never
stop making the
played.
joke.
Yeah.
You've never played it?
I never played the original,
Oh,
so I have no clue. I went into this game
went in fresh.
essentially, nice and fresh.
Virgin
I
territory.
had a kind of an idea.
no Vaseline.
Like, I kind of expected digging, but man, do you dig in this game.
Well, it's called SteamWorld Dig. What you,
You get one weapon.
SteamWorld Dig. What you doing? It's a kart racer. I don't know what happened there.
You're in a Steam world where you're playing as this robot lady, and you're looking for what I believe is the main character from the first game. He goes AWOL.
That's kind of cool. Kind of like a Bionic Commando thing. It's like I'm Rad Spencer looking for a Super Joe.
Yep.
Okay.
It's that type of thing.
Well, did that hamper your gameplay then? Did you have to have knowledge of the previous game, or else you were like?
They
losing
give
stuff?
you enough to go for. So they give you enough information. That's your goal. You're finding your friend. They went AWOL. You know that they tell you that in the prior game they found this ancient tech that has caused a change in that person. You don't know exactly what it is until you progress further in, and sort of you learn as you sort of as you dig further down and discover more and more elements and stuff, spoiler stuff that I won't bring up.
Okay.
But
Wait.
Yep.
The big question, because right now you're about to go into gameplay.
Yep.
The big question: are you pumping alligators with like bicycle pumps and hoses?
You get a pump, but it's like
I knew it.
It's not a bicycle pump.
Dig
Though.
dug ass mother.
It's like a little I guess like a mine shooter water pump thing where you can shoot like a torpedo mine that blows up rocks and stuff.
Okay. All right.
But you can't really aim it except left or right.
Can't aim it. How was that weapon?
And up. You can aim up too.
Well, I can point it left, right, or up. That's called aiming.
Yeah. Wait. It doesn't go very far. It goes like half a screen, and then it like I don't know fizzles.
My head started hurting. All right, go ahead, man. I'm just gonna stop talking.
All right, so you're playing as this lady android. You arrive at this town, sort of like this Western style town full of other android robots, and it's very much in this sort of Western SteamWorld-y type of setup, and that is your hub that you're going to constantly return to. And the objective of the game is to sort of figure out what happened to your friend and dig. The way you find out is by digging and finding these ancient ruins, because you know that they're going through ancient ruins. So you're also trying to follow their footsteps, and you're essentially just digging downward for the most part, and you're exploring. And you have a pickaxe with you.
Is this like a dungeon crawler then?
So there's no randomized elements to this. So the world is very handcrafted, and from what I believe, the first game was randomized, and they changed that, and they went with the handcrafted sort of scenario setup. So
that's unfortunate.
it's more
that
streamlined.
Sounds like a cool mechanic to work in there. It's like it's a dungeon crawler, but you're making the dungeon as you go. You know?
Well, you are. It's like a platformer. If you've ever played Dig Dug, it's Dig Dug and a platformer combined together, where there's these RPG mechanics where there's enemies like little dung beetles and whatnot that are down there. You kill them, you gain experience. You can then also mine precious metals and ores and gems and stuff like that that you can, which is kind of like the main loop of it, but I'll get to that in a little bit. And you keep digging down, and you can level up your pickaxe and other aspects that allow you to either platform better, access new places that you couldn't access to before via you can run faster. That therefore gives you more momentum to jump an even longer gap. Or you get a jetpack where it allows you to sort of fly for a certain amount of time and hover.
It's like a Mega Man setup where you incorporate these into your gameplay, but you have to use them to advance, or are these just like enhanced?
You do have to use these to advance. So it's called item gating. So you are item gated or ability gated as you're progressing through, but
Or are you segregated?
you're not segregated.
Segregated from the other.
So as you're progressing downward, because it's handcrafted in a sense, you're always gonna go get the next power up that you need to access the next area. So you're always able to progress and get new things, new mechanics that unlock to you as you progress. And while you're digging through, there's going to be these gems, and there's this risk-reward part of the game, which really makes it interesting and fun, where you can only carry so much loot with you, so many gems and gold and whatnot. And you have to make the decision to continue going down further to get more loot, or to try to find a sort of a transportation tube that brings you all the way up to the top of the town, where you can then sell your loot to then upgrade yourself, your stats, or your items and your gear. And you take the tube back down to where you were, and you continue to start digging.
Do you have an option of where this tube is, or do you have to locate this tube?
You have to locate it yourself. Okay. And you kind of get a general idea of where things are located, and also where the game allows you to dig. It's pretty cut and dry. There's certain rocks that you just, no matter what you try, you cannot get through. And then there's others that are really easy to dig through. Others that are, you have to use like a jackhammer in order to get through. And
one rock, you got to use the power of rock.
And leveling up your pickaxe, not only does it do more damage to enemies, it'll also break apart the rocks and the dirt, whatnot, faster, so you can dig even faster. Because the other part, the reason why there's this risk-reward mechanic is that you have a lantern with you, and the light you have as you're digging downward illuminates everything, and it gives you vision of where possible loot will be, also where that transportation tube will be. It gives you vision, extra range, even though there's dirt on either side of you.
Lantern digger, give me sight beyond sight.
But that starts to decrease as time progresses, so you kind of have a limited window and a limited vision. By the time the light goes out, now you're kind of in darkness, and you can only see one square around you. So now it's like really risky, because you could stumble onto traps. There could be fallen rocks that will just absolutely smash your head, and if you die, you drop whatever gems you carry on you right on that spot. It's gone.
Like, and if you die, they take your shoes.
Well, they take your gems.
Now, how does the difficulty progress with the game? Like after every stage you go up, does it just get more difficult, or does it get like impossible difficult?
So with this kind of system, it's sort of as difficult as you want it to be, because if you want to play it safe, you can do that. You can sort of go back up. You can also gear yourself out and sort of change your loadout.
Pretty much go Rambo.
And yeah, you can change your loadout to sort of play in a particular way, or for instance, you could do a loadout that gives you better loot and helps you gain more loot, or you could do a loadout that makes you better in combat, or gives you more health, stuff like that. So, but overall difficulty, it's not a punish you Soulsy style game at all. It's definitely easier. There's puzzle elements with the platforming. So as you're digging down, there's going to be these caves speckled about the world, and these caves are sort of like platformer puzzle challenges. They have to use your skills and your capabilities in order to traverse and get the rewards that are within there. And at the end of them, a big mechanic is that you can wall jump. and which ties into your digging. So how you're digging down, that allows you to, if you dig properly, you can wall jump your way back up. So if you're so far down that you can't find the next tube and you're getting worried, then you can always try to wall jump your way back up to where the previous tube that you took is at.
Okay. Well, I imagine the way you make it sound. Well,
balance.
first of all, what do you think, man? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
This is a definite thumbs up. It's a really good, really well implemented game. It's polished beyond belief. You're not going to get like an amazing storyline or anything like that. It's short too. It's not super long. It's respectful of your time, so you can sort of get through it. The mechanics.
Proper, shakes hands with your father.
You can get
Take
through
it home to
it.
meet mother.
It introduces new things very quickly, new mechanics, new abilities that you get. You're always leveling yourself up. Almost every time you go down and go back up with a stash full of gold and whatnot, you're always going to get at least some upgrade. You're rewarded for exploring the world, so there will be hidden things that can give you power-ups, and if you incentivize exploration, you get reward for it. And there's always something there, right? If you want to just continue digging straight down, you're going to get rewarded via new abilities because you're going through the sort of the main objective quicker. Or if you're sort of taking your time, you'll get rewarded in that other way. There's always going to be enemies there for you to attack, so you can get rewarded just from gaining experience. So yeah, it's really good. There's challenge, but it's not punishing challenge. The puzzle, the platforming elements, it will test your platforming skills in different ways, but it's not going to punish you where you have to try over and over and over again. There's no pitfalls where you're going to have instant death type of situations.
I'm sure they make a pitfall joke. There's no pitfalls where an alligator's going to bite your pants.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So the game is called SteamWorld.
SteamWorld Dig 2. It's available on Steam, PS4, PlayStation Vita, and the Nintendo Switch for $20. Highly recommend it for Nintendo Switch because there's no graphic limit to it, right? It's going to look the same on any platform. You just have it on Switch. You can put it on TV or take it with you on the go. So it's like the best of all the worlds.
Cool. Wait for the port to the N gauge. I'll give it a shot. All right. Thank you, Johnny. I'm going to kick it now over to Rick Olive.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, the Macho Rick Olive.
I might take that moniker.
All right, go for it. You got the lowdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the lowdown on the Royal Rumble 2018.
You got the Royal Rumble. Ooh.
Shout out to Thriller Priest who couldn't be here today to give the report like he usually does.
He changed diapers right now.
Yeah, God bless him.
That man is ankle deep in duty.
So it was a great Royal Rumble in my eyes. It was worth the watch. Definitely worth the spin. And if you have the WD Network, you automatically watch it. If not, you can go on YouTube. Or
it's always one of my favorite pay-per-views too.
Yeah, it's like
Rumble.
it's one of the it's like the major four.
Yeah.
It's one of the major four. It's like Survivor Series, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. Yeah. And then one more. I forgot the other one. I haven't watched wrestling as much as I would like to. But it was great.
The finger poke.
The finger. Backlash. Clash of Champions.
Is Backlash that deep?
No, Backlash came down further down the line. It's just now there's like a pay-per-view every month with WWE now, so it's just like hard to keep track of all of them. You can't always be there to watch every single one, even though I would like to. But
WWE,
like most of the pay-per-views nowadays with WWE, there is a kickoff show, and the kickoff show was pretty lackluster. It wasn't that great. The notable mention goes to Rick Rude and Bobby Roode.
I was about to say,
well, because
it's like,
I'm a huge fan of
Bobby
Roode. I'm a huge fan of Bobby Roode. I love his / Ric Flair / Rick Rude gimmick that he has going on. I think it's a great selling gimmick, and he does a great job of doing it. He wrestled Mojo Rawley. He's actually the U.S. Title champion holder right now, Bobby Roode, and he has this open match. He comes in, talks a lot of smack, and then he gives somebody back there, some lowly little wrestling jobber guy, a chance to win the U.S. title, which they never do. And it was Mojo Rawley.
Is that like a legit shot?
It's a legit shot.
Those?
It's a legit shot.
Okay,
Cena started it when he was U.S. champion, when he kind of fell into the background a little bit, and he would just randomly come out on Raw and just invite anybody back to this. The first guy to step out will get the challenge.
Okay, see, that's decent because I remember
awesome.
Back in the day, what they would do is they'd set those up, but it was always to have like, okay, well, I'm gonna come out, and so it's like, and they'd give the dude the mic and have him make like some really pompous speech. I've earned my shot. I'm here because I deserve this, and then just like destroy him in 2 moves.
Yeah, and that's pretty much. But nowadays it's legitimate shot. Like the U.S. title has become like a legitimate title now. So it used to be one of those like lackluster titles back in the day, and they've introduced.
Because there was like 5 different titles, and you only cared about the World Championship.
Yeah,
it's like the Intercontinental.
Now there's a Universal Championship. Like, there's a Universal.
Wait, how many? Wait, is there still
like
is there
total
2
like
it's been a while. Is there 2 World Championship belts?
Yes. There's a Universal title which Brock Lesnar holds currently, and then there's the regular WWE Championship title which AJ Styles currently holds, and then there's the tag, and then there's the US, and there's the Continental.
Okay, so for the top 2, the Universal and the World, which one is like?
Universal was like the pinnacle. The Universal was like the heavyweight, like the super heavyweight, like where you would have Muhammad Ali at the top. So Brock is like your Muhammad Ali at this point,
right?
Pretty much, because he pretty much holds everything.
Okay, that's a shame.
Who was the first one out in the Rumble too?
The first one out in the Rumble. Oh, I didn't even really remember that, because honestly, the male Rumble was lackluster in my eyes. Notable mention to me was when Hurricane came out. It was pretty cool, the Hurricane, like old school character from back in the day.
GL character. Who you talking about, man? I not know Hurricane.
Shit,
I don't know Hurricane. No, for real though, is Hurricane really like a force? Because I remember he's always been like a third tier.
To me, he's always been like second, third tier kind of guy.
Yeah, right.
But it's just it's a 30-man slot. You got to fill it in, and you gotta. And it's fun to just kind of watch who comes out every year.
Here comes Shane McMahon. Like really?
Like I think I could have sworn 1 year Hornswoggle came out. I'm like, really? Hornswoggle?
No,
people.
Or Mick Foley had all 3 of his characters come out.
I know, which was like that was like a great Rumble.
Yeah,
I remember that Rumble. That was actually like a great Rumble.
Right.
Like one of the best ones I've seen
in '98 or something like that.
I think the best one was when they threw Shawn Michaels out. He landed on 1 foot.
Right. Oh my God! But that happens more often too. And like notable mention to that too, because the New Day, like the best wrestling tag team gimmick ever. They are catching on to this geeky, nerdy trend, this anime character type situation that they're trying to really sell, and they're doing a great job at it. Like the pancake gimmick is great. Kofi got thrown out of the ring and literally lands 1 foot on Xavier Woods, and then Big E comes up and literally signs pancakes under the other foot, so he doesn't actually physically put his second foot on the floor, which is awesome. And and then another notable mention of the Rumble, wait, pancakes. They have this huge thing because Big E comes out. I think he was like the 6th he was like the 6th entrance, and he comes out, and Heath Slater had came out earlier, and pretty much he's become like this punching bag for everybody that comes down. So every about 20 seconds, Heath Slater's getting ready to come back in the ring, and somebody will come down and totally mishandle him real quick, which was actually probably the funniest part of that male Rumble. But Big E comes out and literally just sits there. He picks him up and he lifts him up. He's like dusting dirt off him, then he feeds him pancakes and slams him to the ground again, which is awesome. So I totally enjoy it.
Wait, which year was it? I forget the dude. He was thrown out of the ring, but he landed on the announcer's table.
Kofi.
So then that was Kofi?
Probably Kofi.
Yeah,
Kofi's probably like the only male who literally like you want Kofi in the Rumble. Kofi makes the Rumble fun. Kofi does find some miraculous way to not
get out.
Eliminated first couple minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
It's ridiculous. Tell.
He literally got thrown out, and he's just like diving. Like he got thrown out, but he landed on the announcer table, and he just stood there. Like better yet, the year when he got thrown out, landed 1 foot, and then he found a way to jump onto the barricade.
Yeah,
and walked around the barricade. He had to walk around the barricade.
Yeah, I saw that. Just like bounce his way over,
get to the steps, so he doesn't physically touch the floor, which is incredible. I mean, the stuff that Kofi does.
The one I'm talking about though is this dude. He pushed the announcers off the chair with the wheels, and then rode himself back to the ring.
Yeah, it's Kofi, bro.
Rode himself back to the ring, stood up on the chair, and then jumped back. And that's like that's legal.
Well, it's funny you say that because that's another, like I told you, was historical because in a sense the first ever women's Rumble happened, and that's what Naomi ended up doing during that. She got thrown out the ring, didn't physically get technically eliminated yet. So she found a way to get back into the match where she walked on the barricade a little bit, then got onto the roller chair, and then literally dragged her push-up status and dragged herself over to the steps and then jumped on the steps. It was fabulous because she's essentially the Kofi Kingston of the women's arena.
I'm surprised we have not seen if someone get thrown out, but not completely so they don't face plant or anything. but they land just so like they can handstand and hand walk back to the ring.
It.
Oh, he did it.
Kofi's done it.
He did the hand walk.
Yeah,
Damn.
He's done it a couple. He's been doing it for the last 6 Rumbles.
I'm
he's doing some like
he's on point. Got
So
his game in lock. He's pulling the full Adam Willis.
So moving on, WWE Championship was up. It was AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who are a tag team. So it was basically a 1-on-2. Great match. It was lackluster. Like if I had to grade it, I'd grade it like a C. AJ Styles is a phenomenal wrestler. He's athletic. He can sell on the mic. He's a great. I just love his whole persona and his gimmick. Kevin Owens is another great character, great gimmick. He sells it, and he sells his character hard. I'm not a huge fan of Sami Zayn. I think he could do a lot better, even though the heel turn is helping him out a little bit. But the match was lackluster at best. AJ does what he does best. Superman punch off the top of the ropes, super athletic stuff, and he found a way to basically retain his title, which was great.
That sounds like a great combo. Usually,
the
got this great wrestler.
Historical moment for the males night was Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Rumble. And it basically came down to him and Roman Reigns, and we all really, me and my buddies were watching, and we literally thought Roman Reigns was going to get over again, and we're kind of tired of like the push, and we're kind of wishing that WWE kind of takes a different route with some of these people that they decide to like promote and push.
Right.
But Shinsuke, strong style, shout out. He can sell, and he's a great gimmick. And they finally decided to give him a shot. So essentially in my eyes, I think he's like I want to say the first Japanese wrestler to win the Rumble.
Oh, word!
Because Yokozuna wasn't Japanese.
That doesn't count, man. That's
and then that was pretty much that was historical in a sense. And then what made it even more historical was like the first Ladies Rumble came out, 30 characters came out, 30 female wrestlers, old and new. Trish Stratus came out, Kelly came out, Jacqueline came out. It was great to see all these old school women wrestlers who paved the way for the current roster of girls who are actually pretty phenomenal in what they're doing.
Right.
And basically, since it was the first one, there was 2 women's champions: the SmackDown champion is the Raw champion, who was Charlotte, who's the Raw, and Alexa Bliss, who's the SmackDown champion. And the winner gets to pick which title she gets to pretty much gets the challenge for. Asuka, who is probably one of the up and coming female wrestlers in my eyes, my favorite currently. She's just like Shinsuke with the strong style. It's very unique. It's a very great gimmick. But she's a great wrestler. Super athletic, super fast, and just willing to try anything to kind of basically sell. And she does a great job at it. And she took the cake and won it. And so now you have 2 Japanese winners on both ends. The women's Rumble was won by a Japanese American woman, and you got Shinsuke Nakamura, who won the men's Royal Rumble. So it was pretty huge in that sense. And the thing for me, the night that ended was supposed to be great was basically they introduced Ronda Rousey.
Right.
So
and signed a
Ronda Rousey
full-time contract with WWE
after she got her face totally obliterated.
Absolutely knocked sideways. 100%.
And, stick to the sport, brother.
But it was probably it was the next step for her, and we all knew it was coming.
Right.
Nobody did not expect to see it. But long story short, she came out. She didn't say anything though. Like
she just came out and pointed.
And just pointed at the WrestleMania.
Pointed at WrestleMania.
And then she tries to shake Asuka's hand, and then Asuka pretty much thought was gonna shake, and then slaps it and gives her this look like whatever.
Do you think she's gonna be able to sell in WWE?
No.
I don't think so either.
She can't. She's not great on the mic.
Right.
She's not a great mic voice.
I don't even know if she's gonna be a good wrestler either.
I think she could, because she's probably. I mean, her signature move is probably gonna be the armbar.
Oh, she's done a little bit of acting, so
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. We'll see. Hopefully they'll put some good coaching behind her. Put some good proper wrestlers behind her to help her out. But I just don't see her being phenomenally great. Brock Lesnar, she's probably going to go the Brock Lesnar route and probably get somebody to manage her and pretty much sell her, kind of like how
get a good manager then.
Yeah, you need to, especially if you can't. I mean, Brock isn't great on the mic, but Paul Heyman sells the hell out of Brock Lesnar. So hopefully she can kind of get into some type of situation like that will help her out. And I like Ronda Rousey. I never thought she was a lame person in life. I thought she was a go-getter, and I really enjoyed watching the UFC. So if she can kind of parlay this into a career for herself, that's great.
Yeah.
And hopefully she can, kind of work her way up. As long as they don't give her like a Brock Lesnar push off, right? Pissed off.
But it's coming.
Yeah, you know it.
I figured they'll go a different route. They'll really try to capitalize on the star status. She did a couple episodes of Entourage. I think Turtle.
Yeah, I remember those.
So we'll get him in there.
All
right.
But so at the end of the day, That was pretty much it. Those are pretty much the most notable matches of the night for me. Like the Usos defended their tag titles, which are pretty cool. But I love the Usos. I'm sorry. No, I actually love the Usos. I love the Usos, man. They basically going that Samoan route where The Rock, came out with this gimmicky Samoan gimmick, and now they finally. It's like Vince said, "Hey guys, you've done your part. You've paid your dues. Let loose." And they're letting these guys be them, and they're doing great. I love the day one ish, and I need a hoodie fast. And that's pretty much it with the Rumble, man. If 2 thumbs up, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. It was notable for the historical wins for Nakamura and Asuka, so that's worth watching. Great gimmicks, great styles, and they're both great sellers. But at the end of the day, WWE does lack a lot. The PG era is kind of like taking its toll, but then again, I'm an older guy. I'm used to
some attitude era, some blood, yeah.
You just missed the cocaine. That's all, brother.
All right, strippers and cocaine, Pat. Strippers and cocaine. That's what it was about.
What's the next pay-per-view coming up?
Next pay-per-view, I want to say Mania is on its way around the corner.
Nice.
It's Mania. That's the next big pay-per-view. It's in Orlando this year.
All right.
And side mention, I thought it was going to be. I wasn't too happy to watch the Rumble because it was in Philly this year, and I'm a huge Pats fan, and I thought they were going to. In NXT Takeover on Saturday, they were. They came out in the F Tom Brady chant.
Yeah,
I wasn't too happy about that. Because Eagles fans are the worst.
They are.
They'll get it.
They really are.
Give it time.
So hopefully, but they didn't break out of no Eagle, Tom Brady chants during the Rumble. It was actually pretty kosher and great. And another shout out to WWE. I don't know if you saw this thing on at Facebook with the little special needs kid, and the guy bought him like a bootleg NXT belt from like Toys R Us. And I guess they saw that and they brought those 2 gentlemen, like the older high school fellow who kind of basically took this special needs kid under his belt and brought him to the Rumble. And I mean, this kid had a wrestle-gasm in like a matter of 20 minutes. He got to meet like all the top wrestlers.
Right.
Triple H and Stephanie McMahon came out, presented him with like this nice award.
Did he meet the Miz?
No, he met AJ Styles, which is good enough, and they both got belts tossed and signatures.
Wait,
it was just always
did this little kid meet the boogeyman?
You guys hear the news about John Cena?
You
guys hear the news about John Cena?
No.
He's gonna play star in a video game movie adaptation. Guess which one?
Pokemon.
No. Who does John Cena meet?
Oh, I heard about that.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No.
Yes.
Perfect.
I don't know if y'all could see on the camera. If you're not watching us, you should be on twitch.tv/the Geek Down. But Herb was like, Johnny was like, who's going to play? Herb was over there like, ooh.
He takes a piss. Oh, that's better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boomstick.
Come get some.
I don't have time to play with myself.
Started with Macho, ended with Duke Nukem.
John
Perfect show.
Cena.
All right, well, going on that note, this has been the Geek Down here on WEF. I want to thank you all for joining us. I've been Pat B. On the side of me. Right. Oh, we took the shades off. It's all good. My main man, Black Adam Willis.
Yes, sir.
All right, over there looking super serial. Just Johnny.
Yo.
And, of course, Macho Rick Olive.
Oh, yeah, Hogan.
That's creepy. Don't do it again. All right, I want to remind you all, you can catch us every Monday nights right here on WF Radio. You can also catch us on geek-down.com. And if you heard anything tonight you want to chime in on, let us know your thoughts, let us know your feelings. If you have any predictions for the Super Bowl or for the next WWE event, hit us up at geekdownradio@gmail.com. Like always, you can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on iTunes. You track us down. Also, be sure to hit us up at twitch.tv/thegeekdown. You can see our smiling faces every week. And we'll catch you all right here, same bad time, same bad channel next week. But until then, be excellent to each other.